Okay, good morning, grade 7 once again, and welcome to today's session. Okay, we're going to continue again with our revision. Okay, a few highlights that I want to make. Number one, I would like to ask you guys to have your grammar textbooks prepared and open to page 327 so that we can have that to the side, so that we do not waste time getting our books ready. Okay, so have your grammar textbooks, not the workbook, textbook, okay? Open to page 327 and leave it to the side. Okay, another announcement that I would like to make is that I uploaded our study guides, okay, for chapter 13. Sorry, for chapters 14 through 16. Okay, you're gonna see that the study guide is divided into three sections, okay, chapter 14 and 15 and 16. All right, we're going to answer them together starting today. Okay, so we're going to answer these questions together starting today. So I'm going to minimize it for the time being. Okay, and I have our Kira Kira open novel to chapter 14. I'm going to also minimize it because we'll not use it now. Okay, starting today, we're going to again continue with our vocab review. As we are doing 6 words per day, today we are working on words 19 through 24. Okay, Warda, can you please read the words for us so that we can have the correct pronunciation?
Sure. Emanating, despair, mortgage, incubator, gurney, eulogy.
Perfect. Okay, thank you, Ward. Okay, so the first word, Warda, can you help me with the word emanating? All right, and we're going to place it here. And these words, we were tested on them, okay, in our Kira Kira quiz. They were with us, okay? So here this is not our first time seeing them, so we should know them well, all right? So what is your definition for emanating? What?
Emanating means, for example, a smell coming from a source.
Good. Okay. So something that is coming from a source or originating from a specific source. Okay. All right. And what is the part of speech for something to emanate?
Verb.
It's a verb. Hassan, you have your hand raised. Do you have a question or do you want to participate?
No, I want to answer the next one.
Sure, of course. Thank you. Great. Okay, what? Of course, here we're using thesaurus.com. So if we go and we typed, I already had typed in the word emanating, and we're going to use the word to emerge. Okay, when something emerges, that means it's coming from that area, okay, or it's coming from somewhere. All right, so emerging or emanating, they are synonyms. So I'm going to write the word emerge. And remember, guys, you have 20 sentences and 5 synonyms and 5 antonyms. Okay, that gives you a total of 30 vocab words. So remember that we need to study our synonyms and we also need to study our antonyms because you don't know which will be, you know, in what way it will come on the exam. Okay, so an antonym for emanating would be to, all right, to conceal or to hide something, all right, when to emanate, to emerge, to come out, okay, antonym would be to conceal or hide. All right, so here that would be good synonyms and antonyms to know. All right, so what are they here by looking at the images? What image would you say goes with the word emanating?
The top right.
The top right, okay, this is the image of a trash can, okay, and of course here we see a smell. And would you say that the smell coming from the trash bin, would it be a fragrance or an odor?
An odor.
Good. Okay. Remember, we studied connotation yesterday. Okay, guys, and connotation is on the exam. So remember, fragrance and odor. An odor were ones, okay, that we studied. All right. So we said odor is related to a negative connotation, usually a foul or a bad smell, whereas fragrance has a positive connotation. So can we use the word odor in a sentence? With the word emanating as well?
Sure. A bad smell was emanating from Katie's mother uh, when they were in the hospital for Sam.
Great. Okay, so we can say a bad odor, or let's say a foul odor, was emanating from Katie's mother while they were at the hospital for Sammy. All right, and we know that we see that Katie expressed her embarrassment because her mom smelled this way, and it was due, of course, to they were just coming out of work. Mom was probably in a hurry. She didn't have a chance to change the pad that Mr. Linden makes them wear at work because they do not get any bathroom breaks. Okay, so of course here it shows the extent of cruelty, okay, that Mr. Linden's and the terrible conditions that they're working under, okay, as Japanese immigrants. Okay, thank you so much, Wept. All right, so the next one here we have the word despair. Hassan, you had your hand raised, so please, can you give us a definition for the word despair?
Uh, yes, it's hopelessness.
Good, all right. It's the idea of being hopeless, all right, or lack of hope. Oh, sorry, I right. All right, and what is the part of speech for despair?
Uh, Hopelessness.
Correct. What is the part of speech? Is it a noun or is it an adjective?
Oh, yes, it's a noun.
It's a noun. Perfect. All right, and if we go here and we use our thesaurus, all right, and we type in the word despair. Despair here, of course, we have, of course, here too. Let's, for example, we can say, um, well, hopeless is one that we could use. All right, so here we could say to lose faith.
Antonym joy or happiness.
Great, okay. And we can also here say that we can have to pursue something or to continue to pursue it. All right, great. Okay, and where here do we see a picture or an image showing despair?
Top right.
Right, top right here, this young man, from his body gesture, we could see here that he is in a moment of despair or lack of hope. Okay, Hassan, can you please use it for us in a sentence?
What?
Can you please place it for us in a sentence?
Yeah, he was in despair when they lost the match.
Great. Okay. He was in despair when they lost the match. Okay. Or the game. All right. Good. Thank you so much, Hassan. All right. So next one, we have the word mortgage. All right. And let's go with Ibrahim, please. Ibrahim, you're here?
Yes, miss.
Okay.
Yes, I'm
Great.
here.
Yes. Perfect. Okay. So tell us, what is the definition for the word mortgage?
Mortgage is
Yes,
mortgage.
I know. Yes, I know.
Okay. Ahmed, can
Can
you
I?
help him?
This is the money that we pay back to a bank to repay our debt.
Great.
It's
So
like a
it's
loan.
yes, a loan taken from a bank. All right. To purchase a home. Okay, and of course, it's like a loan that you have to pay back. And what is the part of speech for Ibrahim? Thank you, Ahmed. What is the part of speech for Ibrahim?
It is
Okay, more thing. It's like a loan or money borrowed. So it's going to be
no?
a
Hmm?
yes, Ibrahim. I hear you. So what is the part of speech, Ibrahim? What would you say?
No.
Correct. It is a noun. Bravo. All right. And if we type mortgage, we might not have an antonym for it, which is okay. All right. So a mortgage is like a debt. We could say that it's something that you owe. Okay. So it is a debt. Okay. And here again, as I expected, yeah, there will be no synonym for it. So you guys are not expected to know or learn an antonym, sorry, for the word. Okay, Ibrahim, what is the image that we
Yes.
see here that shows you a picture of a mortgage?
The loan, the picture that has
Correct. The
loan.
picture that has
Yeah.
the loan, and we also see a house, right? Because mortgages
Yes.
are specifically, used here in banking terminology for again money that's taken out or borrowed from a bank in order that goes into buying a new home. Okay, can we use it in a sentence, please, Ibrahim?
Uh, Katie's parents got a mortgage
We can
to
we
buy
can
their.
also say that they fell behind on their mortgage payments, right? It was one of their issues, financial issues, and they even risked losing the house because they were very behind on their mortgage payments. Okay, because they were so busy paying Lynn's medical bills and so on, and their mom wasn't also working as much as she was previously. Because she felt like she was a little much in this, she was in despair or loss of hope. She kind of realized that, working too much is pointless. Okay, so let's use that in a sentence. We can say Katie's parents, okay, fell behind on their mortgage payments because they had to pay Lynn's medical bills. All right, so here it shows that. Okay, Ibrahim, do you agree with this?
Yes.
Okay. All right, perfect. Let's just fold this also. Oops. Okay, thank you, Ibrahim, for this one. All right, so let's go to the next one, which is
Okay.
the word incubator. Okay, Abdurrahman, incubator.
Yes.
Let's use the word.
Machinery used to place eggs and hatch them.
Okay, a place or a machine where eggs are placed. They are artificially and they artificially hatch. What is the part of speech for incubator, Abdurrahman?
No.
It is a noun, correct. And if we look here for synonyms and antonyms, let's see if we have any good ones that we can use. Okay, here they use a breeding place for an incubator. All right, we are not obligated to know an antonym for this word. Okay, so tell me, please, Abdurrahman, which word out of the three words left, the three pictures left, sorry,
Is the
is
bottom.
the bottom, correct? Okay, as we see here, this is the machine where the eggs are placed, and as a result, we get these chicks. Okay, and let's use it in a sentence, please. Can we use it in a sentence, Abdurrahman?
A.
Sure.
The eggs are kept in an incubator
Great. Okay.
until they hatch.
Perfect. Okay, and that is one of Dad's jobs, all right, too. Katie's father's job is to, he is waiting for these chicks to hatch so that he can start to basically, tell the difference between whether a chick is male or female and differentiate between them. Alrighty, thank you, Abdurrahman. Next one, let's go with Kareem. Kareem, the next one
Yes.
is a gurney.
Okay. Journey means a wheeled stretcher used for transporting patients at a hospital.
Okay, so can you start it again? I'm sorry.
A wheeled stretcher used for transporting patients at a hospital.
Great. And what is the part of speech?
It's a noun.
It is a noun. All right. Here, let's see if we have.
um,
Okay, so for the word gurney, we can use, for example, maybe like a wagon, but okay, let's use it. All right, here again, we are not obligated to know any antonyms here, but they're non-listed. Okay, and let's look at the images. All right, which one from those two left?
the picture on the right.
Right, the wheel stretcher here. We could see them at hospitals. All right, used to transfer patients and to move them around the hospital when needed. Okay, emergencies and so on. All right, can you use it in a sentence, please?
Uh, Sammy was put on a journey after he was hurt in his leg.
Great. Okay, so Sammy was placed in a gurney and transferred to the hospital after he hurt his leg. Perfect. Thank you so much, Kareem. All right, next one. Rahma. Rahma. All right, the last word here, last but not least, is eulogy. Eulogy. All right, Rahma, can you tell us what is a eulogy?
Eulogy is feeling a great happiness.
Are you sure? A feeling of great happiness?
Yes.
Okay, let me look up eulogy. Remember, where did we see the word eulogy in the story? Word, please.
We saw the word eulogy when Katie and
No,
her
no, Miss, I
parents.
know, I know. I'll
Okay,
say
please, Rahma,
it's
just 1 second. Let Ward allow Ward to finish his statement, and then we'll return back to you. Okay, just allow Ward to finish his statement. Okay, go ahead, Ward.
We saw eulogy when Katie and her parents and the relatives were at Lynn's funeral, and when Katie went to her eulogy, she spoke about how much she spent time with Lynn and how much she loved her.
Exactly. Good. All right. So we saw eulogy at that moment at the funeral. So, Rahma, you seem to know the correct definition now. So, can you tell us what is the definition of a eulogy? Rahma?
it's a cremation for a dead person.
Great. Okay. It's like a speech, okay, that someone gives as tribute, okay, or to honor someone who just died. Okay. So it is a speech that is given by someone during, okay, by someone as tribute to someone who had just died. Okay, so when a person passes away, they ask usually a relative, a friend, a very close colleague, maybe, or so on, to give a word of honor. Okay, on that person's behalf. Okay, maybe recollecting memories and remembering the good things and so on. Okay, so it's kind of like to honor them, a tribute for them. All right, and what is the part of speech for eulogy? Rahma, what do you have?
Adjective. Uh,
It's a
no, noun, noun.
noun. Okay, yes. I'm not describing anything with a eulogy, right? I'm saying that it's an actual speech, so it's a thing. All right, that makes it a noun. Good job, Rahma. Okay, thank you. All right, let's see here. If we type eulogy, what could we have? All right, here we could have, for example, glorification. Okay. All right. So let's use. How about we use just the word speech and also glorification because you are glorifying the person. All right. I believe here again. Here, when you give a eulogy, again, we're praising. Okay, when a person dies, of course, we're not going to make a speech about how terrible of a person he was, right? So here, the antonym for it is to. We have here to criticism. All right, criticism. Yes, I'm going to use the word criticism. All right. And of course, this is the last picture, Rahma, that we have. And as we see, of course, here it shows a young woman giving a speech, and here in front of an audience, and it seems to be a funeral. All right, so to give a speech at a funeral, or that speech in particular, is the actual eulogy. All right. So here, Ya Rahma, we have it. All right, can we use it in a sentence, Rahma, for us, please?
Yes, his good friend delivered a brief eulogy.
Great. Okay. All right. So the victims, good friends, delivered a eulogy on the day of the funeral. Okay. Great. Thank you, Rahma. All right. So here that we have, these are 6 words for today. All right. Are you guys doing well with studying the rest of the words that we already did? Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Good. Good. Thank you, Kareem. Okay. So let's now save this. I'm going to save it and upload it for you in our review folder. Okay, showing the answers for this worksheet. And again, try to print the empty ones first and work on it on your own as extra practice before you download the answers. Okay, all right, so let's now minimize this and let's now look at chapter 14, okay, for the study guide. All right, so let's answer them together. Number one, if you could also have your Kira Kira novels open, that would be helpful. All right, and then after that, we're gonna stop. After we finish chapter 14, we're gonna go into reviewing our grammar, which is chapter 13 for capitalization. So have that book ready, please, for next session. Number one, it says, "What does Katie see as soon as she walks into the house?" Remember, she was outside for the new year, trying to write her wishes or something of that sort. And of course, her father. She falls asleep. Her father brings her in, and he tells her the news of her sister's death. All right. When she walks in, what is the view? What is the image that she sees, and how does she describe it? Okay. Who could tell me? All right. So let's refer back to the novel. All right. She walks into the doorway. She sees that her mother was kneeling next to Lynn's side of the bed. Okay, they're weeping, of course. Father also kneels down, and they're both holding Lynn so close. All right, because of course, they are mourning. Okay, and her death. All right, so this is the image that she sees. All right, she also recognizes that the lamp is turned on. All right, even though it was daylight, but the lamp was still turned on because this is what Lynn wanted. All right, Lynn was the last person that requested for that lamp to be on. She makes note that the lamp is still on. However, Lynn is gone. Okay, so please make note of that in your answers. Okay, they're both weeping very hard. What does mom use a mirror for, and why? Okay, what?
She uses it to place it in front of Lynn's nose to see if there's a fog of breath left, and she used this experiment to see if Lynn was still alive or not.
Good. All All right, so this is here showing that the parents and also Katie, they're refusing to believe the idea that Lynn is gone. All right, mom is still checking, placing that mirror in front of her mouth and her nose to see if there's still a sign of breath or breathing coming out of or emanating from Lynn to show that she is still alive. Okay, thank you. What next question says, what does Katie's father tell her about Lynn's death that makes Katie sad? What does he tell her about Lynn? About exactly how Lynn dies. All right. Think about, where was everyone when Lynn dies? Okay, who remembers?
No one in the home.
Right, she died. If no one was by her bed, right? She basically died alone. All right. When she died, she was alone. Okay, and here we see that that made Lynn feel very upset. I mean, sorry, Katie. It made her feel upset because she felt like maybe she should have never left Lynn alone. Okay, because she wanted to be around her when she died. Okay, so again here, when she asked them who was with her, and they said nobody. All right, so she wished badly that she had not gone out that night, and that she didn't want her sister. She was imagining how does it feel like to die alone, and she didn't want that to happen. She wanted to be there, the moment that she died. Okay, so here, all right, so Katie. All right, so she wishes that she was spending those final moments with Lynn and that Lynn did not die alone. While preparing for the funeral, what were the funeral people working for the funeral home referring to Lynn as, and how did it make Katie feel? How did they refer to Katie and I mean to Lynn? All right, how were they referring to her? Okay, Zena?
Um, the body.
That's correct, Ahmed. Okay, they were referring to her as the body. All right, and how did that make Katie feel, Ahmed?
Uncomfortable.
All right, not only uncomfortable, she was what? How was she feeling? Ibrahim.
Miss, they were they called her a name, and Katie got bothered from.
That's correct because they were referring to her as the body. All right, and she actually shouted at them, so she was angry. She was furious. All right, she was
Yes,
angry. She said to stop calling her that. All right, and
they called her the body, the body, the body.
yes.
So she got bothered. So she shouted and said, "Stop saying this word."
Why do you think that she doesn't want them to call her the body? Why is that making her angry?
It like makes her feel that her um, sister. Um,
It's kind of exactly right, like she's lost, right? That she lost who she is, that she's no longer Lynn, she's no longer this individual, she's just now a random body. Exactly. Okay, and this is not what Katie wants to believe, especially at that moment. Okay, so she this is it's making her very upset because it's her, it's painful to have to deal with that, or okay, or to just to accept the idea that her sister is just now a body. She's no longer an individual, like with a name and an identity. Okay, exactly. Good. All right. Number five. Describe what mom made Katie do that she didn't want to, because she didn't want to throw anything associated with associated to Katie, to Lynn. Sorry. All right. So here, mom makes Katie do something. All right, because mom refuses to throw away anything that could have possibly been associated to Lynn at all. And Katie's not embarrassed, even though it's embarrassing. Okay, usually it could be something embarrassing, but Katie does not feel embarrassed to do it. What was it? Ganna? How about Ganna? Ganna?
Miss, I know.
1 second, I'm just ensuring that everybody here is participating. Ganna, please, are you here? Because if you're no response means equivalent to absence. I hope that you guys know that. Ganna, you're unmuted, however, you're not saying anything. Okay, I will have to ask someone else. Okay, Adam Al-Fahla, please. Can you tell us what did mom make Katie do? That could be typical. That normally it would be embarrassing to do.
She told
However,
her
mm,
she told her to go outside and open the bag of garbage and take everything that belonged to Katie to
exactly.
Lynn.
Thank you, Adam. Perfect. Okay, Adam, you know the answer. Raise your hand, Adam. Good job. Okay, so here, again, okay, mom. All right, mom asks or makes Katie. All right, rummage through the garbage. All right, through the trash for anything that might have possibly been associated to Lynn. All right, and can someone tell us, Ahmed, since you know also, can you finish off the question by telling us what is it that she finds? Yeah, again, I'm sorry. I thank you for writing in the chat and explaining, but I'm sorry I cannot hear you. But thank you. Maybe you're having some technical difficulty. We'll try again next
Miss,
session, baby. All right. So tell me, yeah, what does she find, Ahmed?
Miss, she finds Lynn's diary.
She finds Lynn's diary in the trash, in the
Uh,
garbage.
and no,
No. Oh, so what is it that she finds in the garbage? She finds a paper.
newspapers from when Lynn, newspapers from when Lynn was alive.
That's one thing that's some of the things that mom wanted to collect. Newspapers from when Lynn was alive to remember what was happening in the world during Lynn's when Lynn was around. But she doesn't find that in the garbage. In the garbage, yes, well, yes, she does. She finds a newspaper from a week ago. I'm sorry, Ahmed, you're correct. All right, she finds a newspaper from a week ago. What else, Ahmed, does she find? A pencil that Lynn had.
And a chewed pencil that Lynn had.
Exactly. All right. She also, we found a pencil that Lynn had chewed, and we see that Lynn had that habit of chewing pencils while she was studying. Okay. A pencil that Lynn had chewed. And finally, they found a piece of paper. What else, Ahmed? Tell us the last thing.
No, I forgot the last one.
Okay. A piece of paper that had Lynn's scribble on it. Guys, we have less than a minute. We're going to join up right away. Okay. For the next session. I'll see you guys shortly.